Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk more about Splinterlands. I'm going to get into the new rarity card draws that are available within the rewards section of the Splinterlands game. I got my end of season glint. I want to spend a little bit, but let's talk about what's the best bang for your buck with respect to spending a glint, getting the most value for that price. If that sounds interesting, I invite you to stick around and stay tuned. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel1258. You can just call me 12. I regularly review the comment section, so I encourage you guys to drop comments on every video, including this video, with whatever it is you're curious or even critical about. I like reviewing those and starting conversations from that place. Also, if you leave your IGN, I will try to send you something. Thank you guys. Let's get into it. So, end of season just happened. I got 189,000 glint or something like that. And that must mean I got 189,000 glint in the regular season, because that's how it works now, where you get 1x your season total or tabulation on glint. I did buy a bit of extra energy this season. Also, I played in Wild almost exclusively, and I played a few games in Modern, but let the bot run around in Wild. I made it to Champ 1. I made it to 4360. And the rewards just are quite meaningful at that level. I can't show you one of my last battles, but 600 glint, 3.5 SPS. Not as good as Modern, obviously, not by a long shot, but I struggle to have success in Modern, so I've been doing what I'm doing. Now let's spend a little bit of glint, but I think we need to look at the options. We need to consider what's available to us, and before we act. I think this is an interesting moment to act, and I'm excited and enticed by these new card draw options. So I want to spend some, but I want to think it through. And so I thought, let's hop in a video. Let's think it through live. I don't have pre-thought notes. And hopefully this will be helpful to you as you make decisions on what makes sense. Do you buy random draws? Do you save for maybe titles? Are you investing in some of these? I think the quick answer is like, merits energy potions are a strong no to me. For a lot of us, potions, we've accumulated them over the last year and a half while they were giving them away. I have more potions than I need, and frankly, I will buy them if I need them in the future, but I don't need them. Energy, while I want more energy while playing, is obviously, I think, rewarding substantially in terms of the SPS payouts. I think this is more interesting if you're playing in Modern, and if you're at a high level, then I would be buying energy. But for me in Wild, getting 3.5 SPS per win, nope. Merits, interesting, but too expensive from my perspective. I want to stretch what I'm getting, right? Like whatever I'm receiving, I want to make sure it's more than, in my mind, it's more than worth the trade. Because I can hold on to glint, and I got 1.6 million glint. I can hold on to glint, and in, I don't know, 6 months, 3 months, there'll be a new reward set, and it would be really, really helpful to get a 1.6 million, initial kickstart on the next card series. So those are the factors. There's some considerations that are a strong no, like these resources. The titles are a maybe to me, but like frankly, they're too expensive, at least for now. And so the question then really is, these rarity card draws or random draws, or do I wait? And to me, the waiting is exciting, of course, because in 3 months or whenever the next reward cards drop, you will want that. You would love to have that edge where you get, let's say, 150 extra, 200 extra card draws, and suddenly master card draws, and suddenly you've got a huge kickstart on your next level of reward cards, which will set you apart and give you more opportunities. So to me, the choice is one of two. Either it's wait for the next set and use random draws, and that'll be the most effective way, or it's come in here and get these rarity draws and isolate the cards you want most. To me, I need a few more legendaries of each kind. About half of my legendaries, which I can show you in a minute, are at level 4 maxed out, and about half of them are at level 3, meaning they're like 1 or 2 BCX away from done. I really strongly believe I'm going to buy 10 of these legendary draws, and we'll probably do that here in a minute. That's where I'm leaning, at least, but I just want to look at some of the math. To me, the epics are not as meaningful, and although it's the same story for me, my legendaries are close but not quite, my epics are close but not quite, and I probably could use 25 of these. I'm less concerned about these than I am of this. And I just want to pull up the data on the completion of my soulbound reward. So using splintercards.com and their reward and Gladius soulbound monitor, checking my information, I can confirm for you that my rares are at 99%. That's good to know. Like, I'm real close. My commons are at 92%. I'm pretty much set on these. Now, if they ever come to market, and I believe they will, I can bring that 99 to 100 pretty easy. I can bring that 92 to 100 pretty easy. I don't need to worry so much about buying those rarity card draws. Epic, quite low. Legendary, so close. And you might say, based on this, that epic is more important to me. And maybe that would be right. Let's look at that in a moment. But we know full well, you know full well that there's certain legendary reward cards that are just game changers, like Izzy-R. And so with that information, I want to look at what epic cards are available. I'm going to decide between whether epic reward card draws or legendary reward card draws are more important by looking at the cards that are included. So these are the epic reward cards. So I could max out, for instance, I could maybe max out Idri Fire. Going from level 5 to level 6 would give me a phase. That's interesting for sure, because it's got, you know, a relatively high speed, plus it partners with Yasik. Plus it's got taunt. I really like that upgrade. That's a strong consideration for, like, you know, making me want to consider epic. Let's keep going and look at these other ones. Evelyn Avora, same deal. It's at level 5. It can go to level 6. Level 5 gives me... This is a very similar card to the last card, Idri. Non-attacking, quite resilient, good amount of hit points and armor. Reflection shields is interesting. This partners well with the white team and the weapons training available there. The Inspire is also valuable. Hey, like, if you can, yeah, I mean, that's always interesting. But I care less about the Inspire than I do with respect to the Idri Fire upgrade of the phase. Will-O-Wisp, level 5, could go to level 6. Level 6 would give me a blind, which is really helpful, especially because it leans into a little bit of the speed thing that can happen with the death team if you're using the dodge legendary chaos summoner. I forget his name right now. So I feel like that's a strong reason to buy epics. That's a strong reason to buy epics. What about you, Krarar? Level 4 gives me Vulture. The next one is... Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I mean, I feel kind of ambivalent about that. And finally, I'm already maxed over here. So really it'd be pushing my Idri and my Will-O-Wisp to that next level. And the Aurora is interesting, but less valuable to me. I'd be really hoping for a focus on Will-O-Wisp. And looks like I need about 15 copies of each, right? So you need 14 copies to go from level 5 to level 6, which means I really only need 4 more copies, I think, or 14 copies, 3 more copies, because one of those is my max. So yeah, I need 3 or 4. Yeah, we'll probably buy a few of these chests. Now let's do the same calculation with respect to our legendaries. We're trying to ascertain whether the most important cards are currently underleveled within each of these, right? Idri, or Izzy-R rather, is level 3, and absolutely I would love a few more copies of that to bring her up to level 4. That is a big deal. The level 3 to level 4 is that extra magic, and that's a really big deal. Skok, what's your deal? Going to level 4, you would offer another magic, and that's it. That's cool. Soriel with the double strike. Bringing up another magic would be really significant. That's almost the biggest one that so far. because the Izzyar, while it would be cool to have the extra damage, the Martyr is the biggest thing at level 3. Avis, what's your deal? Going to level 4, you would have Rust, which I do like to have Rust, especially it feels like armor is quite meta with Armor Strike, with, you know, Void Armor, with a lot of the Protect that's out there. Barracks, I'm less concerned about, but you would get 1 more archery damage. And finally, and that 1 more archery damage would increase your weapon train, wouldn't it? No, because 3 would still pass on. I think it might actually bump up the weapons train that it would give to its neighbors. And Dry Bone would get 1 more melee, which is a big deal. Okay, so that tells me that I'm actually more concerned. I'm more concerned about my epics, surprisingly. As I look at the data, and Tenacious Hulk, I didn't look at you. It gets 1 more melee. So based on that review, I don't feel deeply passionate about needing. Oh yeah, Kulu Mastermind, I didn't see you. Yeah, that would be cool to bring the Enrage. Oh wow, yes please. Okay, so if I had to rank these in terms of importance, comparing the legendaries to the epics, Kulu Mastermind is like a top tier, S tier, and really want to get that maxed out. Soriel Bale, I'm putting like a close second. From the legendaries at least, maybe even from like above and beyond the epics. These are 2 in the contention of, you know, I really want to max those out. On this screen, I would also like to see these guys get better, but it's not so crazy important. I'd also like to have Dryborn ready. So I feel like these are in like the B class of like, I'd love to see you get leveled up. But frankly, what I would be hoping for would be Soriel or Kulu. And as I go back to epic, there was fewer options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 epics, and 2 of the epics, 3 of the 5 I want to see leveled up. Idri Fire first and foremost, Will-O-Wisp second most, Evelyn Avora third most. So 3 of the 5 I want to see leveled up. That gives me a better better possibility that that's actually going to be realized if I buy a few chests in epic. So do you see the calculation I'm trying to make? It's like, how am I most likely to move the needle when I buy these draws? Well, if 3 of 5 cards I'm happy to see leveled up, that gives me a strong probability that I will get what I want. 1 of the 3, or maybe all of the 3. If I was to buy 25 of these and I only need 4 of these and 4 of these and 5 of these or something like that to level them up, there's a pretty decent chance it's going to happen. So that is, epic is where I'm leaning right now, because legendary, though I'm excited about it, I got 1 card I would be disappointed if I got. 2 cards I'd be disappointed. Maybe even you might say 3, 4, 5, 6. More than, how many you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Half of these legendaries I wouldn't actually want to draw. So that's part of the problem. If I go buy draws for this thing, and I'm going to end up with Phyrexia Hero, which is already maxed, or Eva the Undaunted, or Usit, or even Tenacious, which I don't care about, suddenly it's more probable that I'm going to be disappointed with that draw. Even though I would really love to see Kulu Mastermind get upgraded, or Soriel get upgraded, I can wait till they go to Marketplace and buy 1 Soriel Bale or 2 Kulu Masterminds. And so that's actually helping me make my decision. But I want to show you one more piece of calculation before I make a call. I think you have to do this for yourself as you're deciding which. This is how I would recommend reviewing to decide what draws you want. Now, for me, I didn't consider rare or common because I showed you I have a high completion rate on those already. But if you didn't have rares, I would focus there because of the summoners. For me, epic is going to be the place of strongest probability. But now here's one final consideration I'm going to do, and I want you to think through too. You can see that this card is going to give me a 2% gold foil chance, and it's going to give me guaranteed epic. Cool, and the alchemy potions can be used to double the gold foil. I believe this has an opportunity to drop multiples of the epic. I could be wrong about that. We'll find out because I'm going to buy some of these in a minute. But if we assume, like other draws, it can theoretically drop multiples, then it's essentially equivalent in many respects to these draws, because they can drop multiples in a single draw. But you have to look at the percentages. So if I was to look at, for instance, master draws, which are 5,000 glint, I have a 8% chance I'm going to get an epic. I also have an 88.8% chance I'm going to get a card I don't really care about, a common or a rare. So you can see why I wouldn't want to do that. Now there's a 6% gold foil chance, which is better than the 2% up here, but regardless, this is targeted. And this lack of focus makes it less valuable. In fact, dangerous, I would argue, because it's going to give me, it's probably a, you know, like an 80% chance, maybe even a 90% chance this is going to end up giving me a card, probably even more than that, maybe a 92, 93% chance this draw is going to give me a card I don't want or don't need. Now your story will be different. You have to decide, again, do you want commons, do you want rares, do you want epics or legendaries, do you need everything? So that would change the picture, because I would go, if I needed everything, I'd go for the draws. But for me, I need targeted. So I think that's helped me make my decision. And I would say one more step, if I was going to look at this, I would want to calculate the glint. You see it's 5,000 versus 5,000 with the epics. So that's like even. But if I really wanted the legendaries, I'd have to think through, I've got 1.6 million glint, or however much glint you have. How many legendary draws can I afford versus how many, you know, I could get 5 times as many master draws. And when you say 5 times, plus you give yourself a 3% chance of legendaries in here, plus a 6% gold foil chance, I would really want to think through that and ask myself, you know, how far along am I in the fullness of my deck creation? Because if I can afford the randomness, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, then I would be leaning draw. And even if I particularly wanted legendaries, but I still needed all the others, I would be thinking master draw. But in this context, I'm going to be buying 5 epic draws, or 25 epic draws. Let's open them up. 125,000 glint. And generally speaking, I'm probably going to like lean towards saving glint for that next issuance of reward cards. But this to me feels important for the reasons I already explained. Let's get it. And then we'll open these, and then we'll wrap. Maybe while that's loading up, I'll tell you, I've been buying some more Rebellion cards, getting a few extras. I'm going to leave the audio on silent because the Splinterlands volume is too loud right now. I love that. Purple everywhere. Purple. Let's open them slow though. Okay, Noah. Got you. I think you're maxed out. You know what? I didn't look at some of these. Did I? What happened there? Am I looking at Chaos Legion reward regular? I'm really confused right now. Oh my goodness. I did miscalculate in a sense, because Thane New Song is an option that I wasn't thinking about. Noah the Just is an option, which I wasn't thinking about. And I wasn't thinking about them because I only have them as a gold foil, because I sold my regular foil versions or burnt them. And so that changes the calculations on the possibilities of return. It's too late now. So, you know, take this into consideration when you're calculating how many. You want to really make sure you're looking at the full selection and not, yeah, I got distracted there. But still, my thought process would have been the same. I would have said to myself, these two, I would have wanted to look at their stats and ask that question too. Okay, anyways, let's keep opening. Just so far, these are only 1 copies, which tells me I'm starting to feel like they are necessarily only 1 per draw. That's great so far. I think I might need 1 more of Idri, 2 more maybe, and that is the one I'm most concerned about. I'd love to see a couple gold foils happen. Evelyn's number 2 or 3. A Will-O-Wisp is number 2 in my ranking. Evelyn's number 3. Getting a lot of Clockworks, and I don't need them and I don't want them. Yeah, okay, that might be enough, or I think I might need 1 more. Thane. Again, I want those gold foils, but it's gonna be Thane. I think that's enough for Idri right there. I think we got max Idri. Great. Now, I would love to see 2 more of the Evelyns, maybe 3 more of the Will-O-Wisps. No with adjust. Be cool to see some gold foils, by the way. Come on, there's another willow. I got a lot of clocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Now, again, I think I know I got my max Idri. Let's go have a peek and see what else. Now, what is the next level? 7,500 for the next 25. I might buy batch 2. I might. I'm gonna look at that. Still need 3 more. Need 3 more Evelyns. I'm gonna refresh you. Yeah. I need 1 more Evelyn. Yeah, 1 more. That's too bad, man. That would have been cool. Will-O-Wisp. I need 1 more, 2 more. 1 more Willow. I already got the max clock. I needed 5 more of you. Oh. I got a max gold foil Idri, and I didn't take that into consideration. Frustration. That's okay. So I made a couple mistakes in my calculation, but I want to leave that in because I want you guys to see that, like, the thoughtfulness that, you know, how to approach it, even though I made a miscalculation by not including gold foils and thinking that through. Yeah. As I recalculate in my mind whether or not 7,500 is worth that next step, and also thinking through that I've got some gold foil epics, the answer probably becomes no. At least not for 75. Now, I might change my mind on that later, but for now, the answer is a no. If I was to get 10 of these, that'd be 250,000. So for 250,000 glint, I could have 10 cards because those don't come in doubles. Or what? You can only get 10 master draws? Are you for real right now? What's up with these limitations? Like, I guess it's to really control card printing and to burn glint. Oh. But I'm gonna leave it there. Just the epics for me today. Let me know in the comments below how you're using the new glint shop and the rarity card draws. And have an amazing day. God bless.